Let's lay down on our backs. Let's close the eyes and relax. Inhale through the nose. Imagine you're filling a balloon inside of your head, filling all the space inside of your head with stillness. On the exhale, soften through the tongue, the eyes. Imagine that balloon is your mind. And imagine you can soften there too, softening all that space inside of your head. Continuing to inhale through the nose to fill that balloon as much as you can. And notice how there's always more to let go of on every exhale. And get curious about how much you could really let go. See if you can commit to staying in this space, even once we start to open the eyes or move the body. See if you can keep your body and your mind this relaxed, even once you have perception. Trying to stay in this place of peace that a lot of the times we can only reach when our eyes are closed and we're not perceiving things the way we see them. So open the eyes just a little bit, trying not to let anything change, keeping this physiological state of relaxed, keeping this calm, slow, steady breath. And commit to cultivating some peace for the next hour, not just in meditation, but while we flow. Hug your knees in. Hug your forehead in to touch your knees and squeeze everything into a tight little ball. And set the intention that this is the class where you're able to stay with your breath in the body the entire time. And if a thought comes in to tempt you away, no worries, no judgment. Just come right back to the breath and start again. Okay, start to rock forward and back, rocking the whole length of your spine a couple times. I hope you weren't holding your head up that whole time. When you're ready, roll all the way up to a seat. Find a nice tall spine. Lift the shoulders up into the ears, draw them back. Exhale, let them sink down. A couple more times. See how long you can make this inhale, moving really, really slowly. On the pause before the exhale, roll the shoulders back. Use your whole exhale to let them slowly, slowly sink. Guys, chefs. Hey, you guys are gonna have to knock it off. What is it? Go in there, shut up. Okay, inhale, arms up overhead, squeeze your palms together, lift your fingers high. And exhale, fold forward, let your head become heavy. Root back into your sit bones, reach the heart forward, and then soften into that space. Relaxing through the tongue, the eyes, the mind. Continuing to inhale into that balloon, filling all the space in your head if you find it helpful. And then see if you can, even on the inhale, find that softening. As you fill that balloon and it almost Feels like the opposite of softening as you fill up. See if you can soften there too. Slowly walk it over to the right, rooting back into the left sit bone, letting your head be heavy. Stay with your breath. Maybe place the left hand on top of the right to find a little more space through that left side. Now roll the left arm up towards the sky. Drawing the elbow back to roll the heart open, and then reach through the fingers. Maybe you need to readjust the right hand. Maybe you can sink into that right elbow a little more. Reach through the fingers, press the left sit bone down, then roll the heart open just a little bit, and maybe that right elbow comes down to touch. Slowly come back up, squeeze your palms together. Lift your fingers high. Exhale, fold. Sink right in, letting everything go on the inhale and the exhale, softening through the eyes, the jaw, the mind. Walk it over to the left. Maybe placing right hand on top of left, head is heavy. Breath is deep, root that right sit bone down. Inhale, find more length. Exhale, soften into that space. You always have to be good while I'm teaching, okay? Everybody thinks you're good dogs. They don't know the truth. He coughed to hide my words from you. Slowly roll the right arm up. Maybe readjust the left hand. Open the heart towards the sky and then reach through the fingers. Relax your head and your neck. Press the right sit bone down a little bit. See what you can let go of. Slowly come up, squeeze the palms together, look up, fill up. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Get out of here if you're going to keep doing that. All right, come onto your hands and your knees. Get a nice tabletop setup. Fingers spread nice and wide. Wow, my back looks kind of rounded now. Get the back of the neck long. Feel the strength in your arms. And then reach back through the right heel. Toes stay on the ground. Find that calf stretch. Chip. Lengthening from heel to crown. Pressing into the hands evenly to keep the arms straight and the heart shining forward. Draw that right heel back. See if you can continue softening on the inhale and the exhale. At least through the face and the mind, the shoulders. All right, spin the right heel down, roll the right arm up. Maybe left foot comes behind you like a kickstand. Reach the right hand up, stacking the shoulders, and then bring the right arm up alongside the ear. Lengthen through the whole right side of the body. Grounding down into the right foot, scoop the hips forward, roll the heart up towards the sky a little bit, and reach through the fingers. Soften what you can on the exhale, the eyes, the ears, the jaw. Slowly come back, hands and knees, set it up, lengthen out. Slowly step that left heel back, toes grounded. Find length on the inhale, but softness too. Get out of here. Are you okay though? You are, right? Find that calf stretch, find your breath. Spin the left heel down, right foot like kickstand maybe, left hand rolls up, stack shoulders, reach up, and then bring that arm up alongside the ear, press the left foot down, scoop the hips forward, and reach. Find more length on the inhale, a little more softness on the exhale as you roll the heart up towards the sky, just a touch. Slowly come back, hands and knees. Curl your toes under, lift your knees up. Slowly lift up towards downward facing dog, but then make just a big circle forward. Kind of coming towards plank, but keeping your knees bent as you lower the knees back down to the ground and then circle back. Push the booty up, come forward, kind of like plank with bent knees. Lower the knees down, making a big circle. Your head is heavy. Your breath is deep. You're pressing into the hands evenly. You're drawing the belly in and up out of the way. especially if you have a crop top on. And always switch directions, all right? So from your knees, go forward, pressing your knees towards your hands, letting your head stay heavy, lift up and back towards down dog. Sink in, make this big circle. Don't rock your weight in your hands, press through your fingers and knuckles all evenly. One more time, a little slower. And then we'll find a child's pose. Bring your knees together if you can, and then sit your hips on your heels and let your forehead rest. If you can't get your forehead to the ground with your knees together, you can spread the knees. Slow your breath, finding softness on the inhale and the exhale. When you're ready, come on up, downward facing dog. We're gonna stay here for a couple more breaths. See how long you can make each breath. See how long you can make the back of your neck, back of your legs. Think about these two long lines of energies. Your hands press into the ground to lift those sit bones up and back. And as you're sinking back into the heels, also feel the strength of your legs pressing up from your feet to your sit bones. Feel all these lines of energy here. Try to feel equality all over the left side, the right side, from the front to the back. Use your inhale to find more space, to create more space. Use your exhale to soften into that space. Inhale, roll it forward into plank. Find a nice long line of energy. Back of the neck is extension of the spine. Press into the fingers and the knuckles. Shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Plank can always tell me what kind of day I'm gonna have when I come into plank and see what my thoughts do. It's funny because some days when I'm feeling low energy, I'll think I'm getting away with something by kind of like not giving it my all. And that's so much harder. This is so much harder than giving it your all. When things are stacked and straight and lined up, I feel like I could do this for a really long time. I feel like you could stay in a pose like this and just breathe and transmute any negative thoughts you were having. Like make yourself stay here till you can cultivate peace. And then lower down to your knees. Some of you might have to stay a while. Just kidding. Lower your heart and then your chin on top of your toes. Do 3 rolling baby cobras, actually 4, okay? Take your time. Use your breath to create some space in your body. Use your breath to let some stuff go. It's heavy. After your last one, press back through child's pose. Curl the toes, engage the hands, lift up, downward facing dog. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Press through the fingers and knuckles more. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose. Try to actually touch it. Round your spine, empty all the air. Slowly press the right heel up and back. Inhale, press the left heel down with equality. Come up on your toes. Exhale, draws the knee all the way to the nose. Round it out. Press into your fingers and your knuckles. Inhale, left heel presses down. Right heel presses up. Arms are straight and strong and equal. Come up on your toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it all the way through and lower the left knee down. You can keep those back toes untucked for now. Get your knee stacked right over your ankle and start to shine the heart forward, rolling the shoulders back. Start to peel that left hip flexor open. If it feels better to you to untuck the toes, you can. It's kind of a different stretch, a little different with the toes curled. You can do it either way, okay? So sink in a little bit. If you want a little more, you can bring your hands up onto your knee or reach up out of the waist. Think about that equality through the hips, through the arms. Try to feel both parts of your body, both limbs equally, both sides equally, to bring balance into our body, into our mind. Maybe you find a little backward bend on the last breath, lifting through the heart. Lower the hands down, curl the left toes under. We're gonna come all the way up to standing splits. Shoot the left foot all the way up, head is heavy, breath is deep. The hips are equal, legs are equal. So as much as you're pressing into the right leg, you're pressing back or up through the left leg. Your head is heavy, your breath is deep and steady. You're lifting the right hip and lowering the left hip to find that equality. You're drawing the belly in and up. Set the left foot down to meet the right. Sink a little weight into your heels, sweep the floor. Reach the arms forward and up. Find that chair pose. Pull the belly in. Draw the upper body back. Maybe hands come together. Maybe you gaze up at the thumbs. All right, squeeze your legs together. Find that internal rotation. Fire up your core a little more as you draw the upper body back. Reach up out of both sides of the waist, squeezing your palms together. Exhale, soften through the shoulders, the face, the eyes, the mind. Inhale into that balloon, fill it all the way up and soften your face. And on the exhale, let something go. Press into the feet, come all the way up. Find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press down into your feet. Inhale, rise up. Press down into your feet. Exhale, hinge forward, lengthening through the spine all the way. Draw the belly in and up to empty all the air. Inhale, lift up halfway, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank, and lower through chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Kneeling back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot up, come up on the toes. Exhale, round it out, but keep your hips equal, your shoulders equal, arms both straight and strong. Inhale, shoot it up. Right heel presses down. And at every point in between the two poses, everything stays equal on the way. Hips in line, arms straight, head heavy. One more time and then we'll step it through. Take your time. Lower the right knee. Tucked or untucked is fine. Stack knee over ankle, shine heart forward, roll shoulders back. Start to draw that left hip back to peel that right hip flexor open. If you want more, come up to the knee or reach up out of the waist. Keep the hips equal. Drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. Reach up out of both sides of the waist. Maybe squeeze the palms together and lift a little higher. Maybe find a little backward bend. Stay with this breath just a little bit longer. See if you can focus and let go just a little bit more. Feels almost contradictory to focus on letting go, right? Slowly lower the hands, curl the right toes if they're not. Shoot that leg up, standing splits, head is heavy. Find that equality through the legs, through the hips, keeping the right leg just as active as the left leg. The right leg doesn't get a break here, just as it's lifting up. Feel all the muscles that are working in the left leg, try to use those same ones in the right leg. Find that equality, find that balance. Lower the right foot, sweep the floor, find your chair pose, pull the belly in, especially if you have on a crop top, squeeze the legs together, draw the upper body back. Find your breath, find your softness, your focus. Find your backward bend, press the feet down, lift the heart up. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Now we're going to lift the right heel up into the center line of the body, cupping the toes with the left hand. Get your hips equal. Press down into the left leg, but imagine you were pressing down into the right leg too, from the hip. Like you were pressing both legs down into the ground to keep the hips equal and to lift the shoulders to the same height. And soften everything you can. Maybe the right hand swings around the back, grabbing that elbow or working its way down towards grabbing the big toe with the peace sign fingers. Scoop the hips forward, let the knee fall back, and see if you can find a little space, create a little space on the inhale. Grow taller, visibly taller. Exhale, soften into that space, grow visibly softer. Stay for one more breath. Feel the left foot pressing down as the left quad lifts. And release, hug the right knee in and up. Peel the right arm back, gaze back at it and twist your heart open. Slowly step back into crescent lunge. Hips face forward, sink in, reach up. See how many different places you can find that equality. Find that balance. Keep that steady gaze and that steady breath to steady the mind. See if you can create any more space, any more length anywhere. And then a little more softness. And for the last breath, see if you can relax on the inhale and the exhale, at least through the face and the eyes and the shoulders. Slowly open it up, warrior two, right heel spins out and down. Left knee presses straight out over second toe. Gaze out over the left fingers. Find equality through the feet, both feet pressing down equally. Through the arms, through the hips. Find your breath. Get curious about all the different areas you could bring your awareness to find more balance or symmetry or equality. I've been calling it today for some reason. Keep the left knee deeply bent, reverse the warrior, maybe right hand finds left thigh. Press the left knee forward one more time, reach through the left fingers. And then slowly bring the hands to the hips and turn the left toes to face the long edge. Interlace your fingers back behind you. Roll your shoulders open, maybe glue the palms together. Start to press down into the feet. Hinge at your hips and start to rock a little weight into the balls of the feet. Let your head become heavy. Reach the arms up and over. Lift both quads up off the knees evenly. Find your breath. You might notice that in certain poses like this, if you have one knee that's funky or one leg that's funky, that you don't want to lift your quads up evenly, but you should. You still should. You should still try to find that equality even if you're compensating for an injury or something else. Lower your hands to the ground. Let your head still be heavy. Grab your right ankle with your left hand. Roll your right arm up towards the sky. So maybe you start to gaze up at it, but you keep your head heavy. Maybe you tuck that right hand behind the back and grab for that left hip. Now pull your head down towards the floor as you rock weight into the toes. Lift the sit bones up and back as you soften through the face and the shoulders. And then maybe find that little twist, rolling the right shoulder back to roll the heart open. And slowly come back to center. Take a second just to find that symmetry. Head is heavy. Grab the left ankle with the right hand, roll the left arm up. Find that equality between the legs. And then maybe tuck that hand. Keep pulling the head down, lifting the hips up, maybe finding that little twist, and then seeing if you can soften through the mind, the eyes, the tongue on the inhale and the exhale. Slowly come back to center, put a little bend in the knees, and roll up. Turn your toes all the way out. Bend into your knees, pressing them straight out over the second toes. Try to get the thighs parallel to the ground. If your knees come out past your ankles, take a bigger step. Start to draw your knees back and open to open the hips up. And then bring your hands onto your knees with your thumbs pointing down, thumbs on the inside, yeah? Press down into the hands to lift the heart and lengthen the spine, yeah? Drop the right shoulder towards the left foot. Keep both knees equally pressing outward and drawing back to keep them opening the hips and stacked over the ankles. Slowly come back to center, press into the hands to inhale, lengthen to the spine, and drop the left shoulder, right foot. See what happened to your knees? Did you let one of them get sloppy and move in because it's sore or tight? Can you find equality, even with what you're working with? You might not have equality in both knees, right? But can you find that sense of balance and symmetry through them? In each pose, come back to center, straighten into the legs, turn all your toes to face the top of the mat again, like crescent lunge. This rug keeps slipping. I'm probably gonna fall on camera. It's okay though. Slowly lower the hands down, step back to plank, lower through chaturanga, and meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, come up high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your heels. One more time, make that last a little longer. Soften through the eyes and the tongue, even on the inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, left foot reaches up high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Is that true? Oh, Beth's not on here. She would tell me if it's true. Crescent lunge, yeah? Sinking in, hanging out here, and then going right to warrior two, right? Is this true? Press the left knee forward, draw the right heel back, reach up out of the waist. Find your breath. No, just step to the top of the mat for tree pose. Lift your left heel up, right? Yeah. Press down into the right foot, lift up through the crown. Maybe left hand comes to heart or reaches around behind your back. See where you can find that symmetry here. Rooting down into the right foot to lift the right quad up. Find your breath. Last breath, see if you can inhale into that balloon, finding softness all inside the face on the inhale, and really letting something go on the exhale, growing visibly softer. Lift the left knee in and up, hug it in tight. Peel the left arm back, let the gaze follow, twist the heart open. Step back, crescent lunge. Now, sink in. Find more length on every inhale, more softness on every exhale, and then maybe you can find softness on both. Sink in just a little bit more. Make sure you're pressing that knee straight out over the second toe and drawing the left heel straight back, not off to an angle. Feel the right hip drawing back to inch the left hip forward, reach up. Now slowly spin open, left heel draws out and down, warrior two. Press that right knee over the second toe. Gaze over the right fingertips. Press down into the feet, all parts of both feet equally. Quads are lifting, hips are trying to face that long edge of the mat and level out. Arms are equal and reaching in opposite directions. Even both sides of the neck feel equally here. And reverse it, right knee stays deeply bent, right hand reaches up and back, right knee keeps pressing straight out over second toe. Slowly come up, hands to your hips, turn your toe, right toes in now, towards the long edge of the mat. Interlace the fingers back behind you, maybe palms glue. Press into the feet to lift the heart and hinge forward. Feel that sense of symmetry here as the feet press down, rocking weight into the balls of the feet, lifting the quads, relax the head and both sides of the neck. Slowly lower the hands down and then roll up, pressing into the feet. Now open the feet again, stack the knees over ankles. Sink in, open the hips. Bring the arms up like cactus. Sink in a little more. Draw the elbows and knees back a little more. Maybe spiral those pinkies in towards the face and find your breath. See if you can feel this equality between your arms and your legs. Obviously they're different, but see if you can feel this balance. Feeling all of your limbs equally. Keeping the gaze and the breath steady to keep the mind steady. And seeing what you can soften here, what you can let go of. Press into the feet, come all the way up, reach up, straight legs, straight arms. Exhale, sink back in, bending everything and drawing everything back, back, back. Press into the feet, rise up, fill up. Exhale, sink in. Drawing elbows and knees back as you sink in more. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, sink in. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes to face the front of the mat and find that crescent lunge. Lower the hands down, shoot the right foot back, chaturanga, kneading back in downward facing dog. I know, Beth, you're here. I just meant if I could see you, you would have told me where we were at, but I figured it out. I got it. Maybe you were sending me telepathy. All right, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into your heels. One more time. Inhale, right foot reaches up high. Exhale, step it through. Warrior one. Stack the knee over ankle, come up. Find equality through the feet. Press the right knee forward more. Reach up out of both sides of the waist. So just imagine for a second that both sides of your waist are like independently operating different things, and that they could both be doing kind of different things right now. And imagine that you have to use your focus to make sure that both sides are equally working and reaching. And then squeezing the palms together, pressing them against each other equally. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep pressing the right knee forward as you tip forward and turn and twist to the right. Hook the elbow outside the knee and twist the heart towards the thumbs. Keep pressing the right knee straight out over that second toe. Find your breath. If it's too much of a twist or too hard to balance, you can come up on those back toes, but otherwise press down into both feet evenly. Inhale, length into your spine and the back of your neck. Exhale, softness into your face and shoulders as you press the right hand down and roll the right shoulder back to roll the heart up towards the sky. Slowly come back up, warrior one. And lower your hands down to the ground. Shoot the left foot high like standing splits. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Find that symmetry anywhere you can. Inhale into the balloon, filling all the space in your head with stillness. Soften. Slowly come on up. Bring the left knee with you. And then cross the left ankle over the right knee. Bring your hands to your heart and sink in. Try to get the hips level, shoulders level, belly in, upper body back. Now just keep softening into the standing ankle and standing knee. Maybe you want to hinge forward, reaching your fingers for the ground. Maybe you want to find a twist to the right, hooking the elbow on the bottom of that foot. Keep softening through the right ankle and right knee wherever you are, and stay with your breath. Keep it steady and slow. To keep your thoughts steady and slow. Slowly come back up. Shoot the hands down. Shoot the leg up high. Hop back, chaturanga, maybe one little inch at a time, maybe one big hop. Kneading back in downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, high on the tippy toes. Open mouth, exhale, sink into the heels. One more time. Inhale, left foot reaches up high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Warrior one. Set it up. Find balance. Really think about the center line of your body and everything working around it and towards it, trying to bring everything in towards center more. Even as you lengthen, you're more thinking about this overall, this wholeness, this balance first, and then through every part of you, reaching up. Really activating all the parts of your brain so that you can soften there too. So we're like occupying all the space in our head with yoga, so there's no room for chatter. Bring your hands to your heart, tip forward, and hook that Turn to the left, hook that elbow outside the knee, find the leverage point, and then press the left knee forward. Press the feet down, find your breath. Slowly come back up, warrior one. Cartwheel hands down, shoot the right leg high, standing splits. Right away, finding balance wherever you can, leveling the hips out. And slowly come to standing, bring the right knee with you. Cross the right ankle over the left knee and sink in. Draw the belly in and the upper body back. Keep softening that left ankle and left knee. Soften your face. Maybe you find that twist or hinge at the hips and bring the fingers towards the ground. But keep softening anywhere you can. Slowly come back up, lift that knee up, reach the arms up, cartwheel hands down, shoot the leg up, chaturanga, maybe hopping it back. Kneeling back in downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna hop the feet up to the outside of the hands, shift your gaze, bend your knees, find that deep yogic squat at the top. Start to push your knees open, to peel your heart forward between your shoulders and draw the shoulders back. Now press the hands together and press the knees open. Sink into the sit bones, lengthen through the crown, soften through the eyes, the face, the mind. If your eyes are open, soften your gaze. Inhale together through the nose, fill that balloon, fill all of the head with stillness, softening the inside of the mouth, the tongue. Exhale, let something go, grow visibly softer, maybe even a little smile. Now lower your hands down. If you're gonna try an arm balance here, you're gonna have your hands just like down dog, fingers spread wide. And you can stick the knees to the outside of the arms by creating that resistance, pushing out and squeezing in. Engage your hands a lot, press into the fingers and knuckles a lot. If you can get your toes to lift off the ground, try to draw them in and up a little more. Looking just a little bit in front of you on the mat or on the floor in front of you. Find your breath. Maybe from here, you drop into a headstand. Stay with your breath. Maybe from your headstand, you come back into your arm balance and shoot it back into chaturanga. Meeting back in child's pose when you're done. Now see if even in child's pose, there's places where you can feel that symmetry or equality. Even beyond just the physical realm. See if you can feel your energy body evenly all over. And imagine inhaling through your skin, through every one of your pores evenly, to fill a balloon that fills your entire body. On the exhale, see if you can really let something go, melting through the heart, softening even more. On this next inhale, really fill up, but find that softness through the inside of the face and the jaw. All right, slide out onto the belly. Reach the right arm all the way out to the side, palm facing down. Plant the right ear all the way down. Place the left hand in front of the face, elbow pointing straight up at the ceiling. And roll to the right side as the left foot steps back behind that right knee. Start to open that right shoulder slowly, softly, with love. See what you can soften. Start at your toes. Come all the way up your body. See what you can let go of. Inhale through every pore, filling your entire being with this stillness, this softness, and using it to let go of these thoughts, these judgments, this tension in your body. Slowly release. Roll back onto your belly, bring the right arm back in, and reach the left arm out. Left ear down, right hand plants. Roll to left side, place the right foot behind that knee. Slowly, carefully, gently opening that left shoulder. Really, really use your breath. Find that place of peace. Close your eyes if you need to. If your eyes are open, just soften your gaze. Soften everything you can. It's my go-to now. I think softening is always the answer. Slowly roll back onto the belly, bring that arm back in. And then just roll right over onto the back. And hug your knees into your chest. See if you can grab your elbows. Tuck your chin a little bit. Pull the shoulders down into the ground. Now, imagine you were going to roll your feet down till they were flat on the ground. And make that motion as you try to lower the lower vertebrae and the butt to the ground. They don't move much because you're still squeezing those knees in. Draw the belly in. Draw the shoulders down. Tuck the chin. Find your breath. Now find a happy baby. Stacking your feet right over your knees. Drawing them straight down towards the ground. Keep your chin tucked. Keep that same motion of trying to lower the lower vertebrae and the booty down. And see where you can find more balance. Maybe even feeling that balance between the head and the heart. Between the inhales and the exhales. Now slowly hug your knees into your chest. And lower your feet down flat on the ground. Walk your fingers down to touch your heels. Press into your feet and lift your hips. Maybe you interlace your fingers under your body, getting the shoulders under there a little bit. Press down into the feet, lift up through the hips. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. Oh wait, no. Keep the knees stacked over the ankles and lift the hips. Lift the heart like you're trying to bring it all the way up to touch the chin. Press down into the hands. See what you can soften here. Use all of your focus to fill your entire being with this stillness, and then let something go. Slowly lower back down, releasing the hands. Now keeping the booty down, lift the heart up off the ground and start to feel the spine ripple. As you slowly lower, try to touch the upper vertebrae down first, then the next one, then the next one, rippling all the way down till you're tucking the tailbone and lifting the hips back up off the ground. Maybe interlacing the fingers underneath of you again. Pressing down into both feet equally, pressing down into both hands equally. Each shoulders perfectly. Find your breath. Create a little more space in your body on the inhale. On the exhale, soften into that space. Roll up onto the tippy toes. See if you can come up just a little bit higher. And maybe you lift the right leg up high here. Keep the hips level. And switch. Lift up one more time and then slowly upper vertebrae touches first, then the next one. Feel this little ripple until your butt touches down and then starts to tuck under as the stomach lifts and then the heart lifts. One more time, upper vertebrae touches down. Feel each one come down until your tailbone tucks and your hips lift up. One more, maybe you want to bring your fingers up by your ears. Fingers pointing back towards your feet and press up all the way up into wheel. Maybe you just want to do one more bridge pose. Stay with your breath. And slowly come on down. If you're all the way up, tuck the chin first. Let the spine ripple down. And then hug your knees into your chest. Okay, lower your feet down flat. Cross your right knee over your left. Lift your left foot up off the ground. Interlace your fingers behind the left quad. Lower the head down. Tuck the chin a little bit. Pull that thigh in. Let the right knee fall out away from you. Soften the shoulders down. Find your breath. Can you find that equality through the arms, the shoulders, the hips? Can you take your breath all over evenly through the pores to fill every part of your being from your toes to your nose? Can you soften just a little bit more? Okay, keep your foot crossed, release your grip, lower that left foot down. Cactus the arms, drop your lower body to the left till the right foot's flat. Gaze over the right hand. You might slide your left heel in a little closer to your glute and try to lower your right glute down or your right hip. You might keep letting that right knee fall forward to open that hip a little differently. Soften your gaze and your eyes and your tongue. See how long you can hold on to this inhale. Fill your entire being and then soften from the inside, finding that little smile. On the exhale, give yourself permission and let go of some of this tension, some of these doubts. One more breath. Is there any more you can let go of here? One last chance. Slowly come back to center and hug your knees in. Lower your feet down flat. Cross your left knee over your right. Lift your right foot up. Interlace your fingers. Lower your head. Tuck your chin. Find that equality through the arms as you pull the thigh in and soften the shoulders down. Lengthen the back of the neck. I don't understand how that happens when your ears off, but it does. So, okay, keep your foot crossed. Release your grip, lower the right foot, cactus the arms. Let your legs fall to the right, left foot flat. Gaze out over a left hand. And relax. Maybe right heel sneaks in a little closer, maybe left hip lowers down towards the ground, and the left knee drops open. Find your breath, stay with it. Use your focus to fill every part of your being, your mind, your heart with this stillness. And then soften into that stillness. One last chance. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees in tight. Hug your forehead in to touch your knees. Squeeze everything into a tight little ball. We'll roll back into plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground behind your head. Soften through your head, your neck, your shoulders, your face. To make this more about the curve in your spine and less about your neck. Okay, as long as you're holding through there, through your face, your head, and your neck, this pose can't really do what it does by getting all the way into the curve in your spine. So soften more, because that's always the answer. And see if you can experience this pose a little deeper as it moves into your spine, into the curve in your spine. Inhale through every pore, filling your entire being with that prana, that stillness, that fullness. Soften from the inside out. Slowly lift up into a shoulder stand, bringing your hands to your low back for support. Creating a shelf for your hips as you stack the hips over the shoulders and the feet over the hips. Try to actually make that happen. You probably need to press your hips further towards your face and draw your feet back the other direction. Imagine looking up like you're standing on the ceiling and getting everything in that one line, just like if you were standing with your feet, your knees, your hips, shoulders all in one line. Soften. Squeeze your legs together. Lift the feet another inch up to make everything feel light. Lower back into that plow pose. And soften right away. Take one really deep, slow breath, finding softness everywhere on the inhale and the exhale. Reach your hands back behind you. Press your palms down. Slowly, slowly, slowly roll out. One vertebrae at a time. Maybe popping up into a fish if you like, sticking your hands underneath of you, pressing into your palms, so pressing into your elbows to lift your heart up, zip your legs together, reach out through the balls of the feet. Press into your elbows more to lift the heart and soften your head back into that space. And slowly release. Hug your knees into your chest one last time. And let your legs go along on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat and let your toes fall open. Close your eyes. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Inhale through the nose, fill that balloon inside the head that is your mind with stillness, and find softness on the inside of your mouth, and inside of your eyes, and give yourself permission to let go more than you ever have, more than you thought possible. Let go of this tension in your body, these thoughts in your head, these judgments and doubts. Let it all go. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. Invite movement back into your fingers, into your toes. And invite yourself to stay in this place of calm that's always right here for you. And invite yourself to let something go on every exhale that you are blessed enough to experience today. Start to bring just a little tiny bit of movement into the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. And then start to feel that energy body all over equally. And when you're ready, roll onto your right side, curling into a little ball. Giving yourself permission to just be kind of childlike for a moment. See if you can awaken that childlike wonder and just soften. Just lighten up. Let go a little bit. If you decide you want to pick it all back up and go back to holding everything tomorrow, it'll still be there. You'll be able to find it, don't worry. For now, just lighten up and let it go. Maybe let yourself off the hook for the rest of the day, or at least an hour, or part of it. Just let go of what you thought you needed to become today. And see if you can soften just a little bit more. Or if you do have to do all the tasks, see if you can just soften within them and find the same release, even doing your tasks and being productive. But not assessing yourself on what you have done and have not yet done. Fortunately for us, we don't get to decide our own worth. We are perfect. When you're ready, slowly drag yourself up to a seat. Find a nice tall spine. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze your hands together, lift everything one more time from everywhere. Inhale through the pores, fill all the way up and soften. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Let your head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Really feel that. What does that mean? What does that feel like? Does that feel like finding stillness and softening a little bit before we react, before we make a decision? Bring the thumbs to the forehead and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste. Thank you guys for coming, for being here, for being there, I guess.